A Westport couple are waiting to find out if the council deems their home unlivable after floodwaters submerged it in yesterday's storm. As of mid-afternoon, 4 homes on Snodgrass Road, where Ruth Vaenga and Peter Graham live, had been deemed unlivable by the Bullock District Council. Our reporter Conan Young and video journalist Rebecca Parsons-King have spent the past 2 days on the west coast. His story begins on the road from Punakaiki to Westport, where he meets Ruth and Peter.
To get to Westport today, we had to negotiate the road south of the town, which only opened mid this afternoon due to massive amounts of debris and washouts caused by yesterday's surging waves. At Fox River, we found a batch that had not survived unscathed. So you can see here, unfortunately, while most of these batches seem to have survived, unscathed, apart from the large amount of debris in the yard, here the driftwood and the sea has smashed a hole in the window, and unfortunately for this batch, we've had water through it. We've got bits of driftwood that have actually washed right up inside, not looking too good at all there, so a real clean-up job for the owners of this batch. To get to these batches, we travelled through a section of road that has had a lot of debris thrown up on it as well. Whole trees have been washed up onto the road. The surface of the road, the tar seal, has been ground up by the action of the waves which were coming over there. The sand from the beach has washed up onto the road so that you can no longer see sections of the road. It just looks like one continuous sandy beach. Just amazing, the force of these waves. Ruth Vaenga said she knew there was a risk of the estuary rising when the king tide hit at the same time as yesterday's storm, but she had no idea it would affect the home she'd lived in for 17 years.
It just came over the banks, and you know how tall we are here. Well, it was quite high. A good metre through your property.
Yep. And inside your house.
Yep. And more in the workspaces because they're lower. Yeah.
Had you had a chance to put any of your belongings up higher before the water started coming through in that space of 20 minutes?
Well, I was holding baby and I was inside by myself, and Pete was trying to put some things up in the garage, but I didn't have any hands. I had this crying. By then she was crying, and because she's got toothache, and no, I didn't really. Yeah, just had to leave quickly.
Ruth, her 1.5-year-old granddaughter, and her partner Peter all evacuated to higher ground, leaving their belongings behind. The waters having receded, the couple were today sorting through their water-laden things to see what, if anything, could be retrieved.
This is my new studio that hasn't even been signed off, and the water came up to there. So we'd be...
So that's like a good metre, isn't it, off the ground?
Absolutely, yes, yeah. So everything come in, excuse the smell, it stinks. This is where I do my artwork. So anything lower down was just covered in water. It's a potting mix over there.
So there's still a bit of water left in there?
And artworks that I've had, the older ones that I've had for years, they're just gone, wrecked.
As well as making their home unlivable, the floods have robbed this couple of both their workplaces.
And that's the office where Pete works from, so it's sodden. It's just...
And that's carpet through there that's obviously going to have to go and whatnot.
You can smell it. Yeah, so it came right up. And the files are out, but they're all wet. And you can see my screen printing stuff and plates and things, yeah.
So you guys both work from home?
Well, we do this year. This was going to be my big year of doing my artwork from home, and not sure how I'm feeling about that now. Maybe I need to get a job.
So you're just sort of just showing us that was, again, that's a good metre coming right round the house.
Yeah.
So within 20 minutes it had sort of started coming right inside?
Yep, every room. And we've got a lot of Pete's dad's, precious books and stamp collections, and he died a few years ago, and so they're probably not in very good condition at the moment. Yeah. That's some of his books, so it's all wet.
So these are this is the stamp collection and things?
Yeah, there'll be stamp collections, and we've got boxes and boxes of his gear, but yeah.
That's the stuff I guess insurance can't replace.
They can't replace that, nor artworks, no. So our washing machine doesn't go. I don't know what's going on there. Probably it's a computerised one, so probably the water's affected that.
So how deep was the water through here?
I've got a wee gauge somewhere.
Oh, here's the carpet. So this is,
Yeah,
as you're walking on this, I can see it's just absolutely sodden.
It is.
You're just going to show us on the wall here, are you, where it came up to?
Part on the wall. I think they've covered it with material.
Do you remember? Was it?
Well, it was definitely.
So it's like if you're putting to like a foot.
Yes. Yeah, it was about a foot all the way through. Definitely. Yeah. And so the bottoms of the beds and curtains and anything on the floor, and I had baby, so I couldn't put things up. I could just hear her panic. You know, I guess she got that from me. Transferred. Yeah.
As of mid-afternoon, 4 homes on Snodgrass Road, where Ruth and Peter live, had been deemed by the Buller District Council to be unlivable. Their house had yet to be inspected. The council said it hadn't finished assessments here or around the rest of the district and expected the number of homes classed as unsafe to enter to increase. In Westport for Checkpoint, ko Conan Young Tene.